What is up, guys, and welcome back to episode number 17 now of the My Player Career Mode here on YouTube. In today's episode, we will be leaving Hull City. I'm sure you can see on the thumbnail that we, in fact, do have a new club which have asked for our services. So you're going to see it in the transfer windows. We do, in fact, move into deadline day today. You're going to see the team that actually do put in the offer for us was Valencia. So we will be travelling over to the sunny Spain to take on some of the world's biggest teams in the form of Barcelona, Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, you know, some of the big name teams in world football. We will be travelling over there to join Valencia and try and hand a new league as well as a new sort of... A new challenge, basically. So they actually put an offer of £38.5 million. You're going to see when we do, in fact, move over to Valencia here. And we do, in fact, do that in a couple of seconds in this video. You can see that the transfer offer comes through now. I actually wasn't sure how much we'd been, or rather how much they'd offered us, or offered Hull for our services. So I was thinking to myself, I want to actually see. I forgot to do that, so in the end, I show you it through a squad report as we do, in fact, join Valencia. I was actually going to leave this to you guys to, you know, tell me what you wanted me to do. But in the end, I just decided that I did want to change from Hull City. I knew for a fact that Hull weren't going to sort of get Champions League football. We will, in fact, at some point slip off, in my opinion. So I joined Valencia. They did have Alcacer, who joined by Barcelona in real life this season, just gone in real life, but... Obviously, we are now into the second season of this My Player Career Mode, so they did want someone to join there. They still had Negredo as their top striker, but he is knocking on now, so they did want a fresh, you know, new face at the club. They spent £38.5 million on us, and in my opinion, our goals to game ratio did not warrant a fee of that kind of money. We only scored something like, I do believe, was it, I think, like, you know, 20, I'll show you in a second coming up here. I'm not entirely sure how many goals we've scored so far in our career. 23 goals, there you go, and 4 assists in 39 appearances. When you consider that we were playing League One football for a time as well, that's not that great. So to get a £38.5 million offer for a player of my quality, I was a bit surprised in all honesty. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to sort of play good enough to warrant that price tag. I didn't want to move to Valencia and basically say, you know, that I wasn't as good as the price tag suggested. £38.5 million is a lot of money for someone, like I said, that hasn't really hit the heights in goal scoring terms. I've yet to really score as many goals as I would have hoped to. So I'm hoping I'll move to Valencia here, playing with better team and also playing with better players, will allow me to score more goals than what I was doing at Hull City and MK Dons. So from playing in League One, we are now playing La Liga football, and at some point we will be taking on Real Madrid at the Bernabeu, we will be taking on Barcelona at the Nou Camp. You know, we'll be going to all these fantastic stadiums, stuff that the dreams are made of when you were playing League One football a season ago. You can see the top scorers in the La Liga here, as you saw. Ronaldo is definitely at the top of the list, you know, there's no doubt about that. Messi, though, not doing too great, and Suarez actually isn't at Barcelona. It's actually Alcacer who's their main striker, currently over at the Nou Camp. But we did make our debut here against Sporting Gijón at the Estadio Municipal as we went over to La Liga here for our first game in the Valencia kit. They're actually sat down in 9th place, so that's not too great from the Valencia boys, so I'm hoping to change their fortunes around as well as my own. As you can see here, given the number 14 shirt, as I was, in fact, given at Hull City, £38.5 million spent on me. We did have Nani alongside us as well, so it's a fresh face in terms of English football. We all know him from his time at Manchester United. I was looking forward to this. I was looking to see how we could get on our debut. You know, no disrespect to Guillaume, or Hihon, is it? I don't actually know how you say it. It's going to be one of those series now where I just butcher everybody's name, and I genuinely do apologise for that. But unfortunately, you're going to have to live with it, and I'm just not that great at pronouncing names. So again, I'm sorry, but I'm probably going to butcher everybody's name, and I hate doing that. But at the same time, I'm just, you know, not good at pronunciations. But 20 minutes into the game, we had our first chance in a Valencia kit, a bit of a half chance, really. The header from the edge of the area was simple for the goalkeeper to save, in all honesty, and it wasn't really threatening. And 29 minutes from the resulting corner, we get the corner whipped in. It wasn't aimed at me, it was aimed at my teammate, and eventually the ball comes back into the area in which the shot ends up in the side netting. So earlier on, we're causing pressure in this one, and 34 minutes into the game, we would, in fact, have our first goal in a Valencia shirt. Pouncing on a defensive error, cut inside with a fake shot, finesse this one, bottom corner, and that is why £38.5 million was paid for us, in fact. I have to say, though, we've still got a long way to go in terms of trying to repay that, you know, price tag that we obviously have been given here at Valencia. That was our 25th goal of our career. So I'm not sure why on earth it said we had 23 with 4 assists when that's our first goal in the Valencia kit, making it 24, or what it should say 24, but we've been given an achievement for 25 goals. Unless it's because they count, I do believe... Well, actually, no, having said that, in friendlies, we've scored more than just 1 goal. So I don't quite know why we've only just been given an achievement of 25 goals when we've actually only hit 23 before that. So that's our 24th in professional football. But to the 90th minute now, we've in fact got our second goal in a Valencia shirt. Yet again, another poor defensive error from the Gijón defenders, which meant I managed to pounce on it yet again and finesse it into the similar corner what we did in the other side of the pitch in the first half. So 2 goals on my debut here in a Valencia shirt. Could have asked for a better start to my lifetime here in La Liga, and it was a great start to get myself off to as well, giving myself the best opportunity in terms of trying to get ourselves, like I said, the objective so far this season at Hull City was to try and get ourselves on the plane to the World Cup come the end of the season. We've moved clubs to be able to do that, and I think we'll be getting more, more publicity over at Valencia. There's not that many English, players that play in La Liga, if any, I don't think. And on top of that, if we can get goals here at Valencia, we'll be looking good in terms of getting ourselves on that plane come the end of the season. So 2 goals in my first game here in a Valencia shirt, and I couldn't have asked for a better start to life here at Valencia. Not only that, I can really feel, guys, when I'm playing the games, that my team is just so much better than it was at Hull City. No disrespect to Hull, I enjoyed my time there as well, playing with them. However, this Valencia side, you can just tell the quality that they have. And they're actually not doing too well in terms of league position, but I'm hoping we can change that now that we've come here, score them a few goals, and get them into a higher position. But I can really feel the fact that we have quality players playing alongside us. And I firmly believe that this is going to be the time when we really hit good goal-scoring form. I think, personally, I'll be disappointed with anything less than a goal every 2 games in La Liga. And at the moment, obviously, it may be a bit difficult in our first half of the season here, but come next season, when we actually go into the next season, and we have a full season here at La Liga, I want to hit at least 16, if not 18, league goals next season. So, if we can do that, I'll be absolutely over the moon with myself. However, you can see there, we're from, like I said, playing League One football with MK Dons to travelling to the Bernabeu to take on Real Madrid. And as you can see as well, Ronaldo was in fact in the side. He scored twice last time out in their game, just as I did for Valencia, and I'm named in this one. It was actually the semi-final of the Copa de España, which is extremely interesting because if he can win this double leg, it's a double leg game. So this is the first leg of the 2. We obviously still have to play them at our ground as well. If we can win and go through to the final, it will be the first time I appear in a final during my career, which will be interesting to see. We've got a very tough opposition to come up against here in Real Madrid, so there's no chance of us definitely getting through. They have an absolute quality team, as they always have done, throughout the years. So it's going to be interesting, this one, and the game actually started off perfectly well for Real Madrid, as they did, in fact, have the first chance in this one. 14 minutes, I do believe, or it might mean 17 minutes into the game. Forced into a save, Diego Alves was equal to it, though it wasn't really anything too threatening from Cristiano Ronaldo in the end. He obviously is one of the world's best players, if not one of the world's best player, which, it's going to always be Ronaldo's show, basically. But in the 40th minute, or the 45th minute, stroke of half-time, I found myself in acres of space, a little stop and turn, or whatever you call it, I can't even remember what it's called. Turn inside of the defender, gave my teammate a chance, but he ended up hitting his strike straight at Keylor Navas in goal, and I was disappointed in my teammate, in honesty. And 47 minutes into it, again, causing a bit of danger, lovely dink through ball from me, getting into my teammate yet again. I'm thinking surely going to be 1-0, but unfortunately it comes back off the post, and it should have been Real Madrid 0, Valencia 1, but we unfortunately ended up hitting the post. And I have to say, since the first whistle kicked off and Real Madrid had that chance with Ronaldo, they really didn't do anything else in the game. It was pretty much all my team. You can see me getting involved a little bit as we did hit the, or forced Keylor Navas into a double save there later on in the game. It was pretty much all us, but unfortunately we weren't able to find a breakthrough. So in the first leg, playing away from home, we've managed to come away with a 0-0 draw, which means the second leg, if Real Madrid score, it means that away goals do in fact count. So we will have to try our best to get ourselves back in front. We have to win the game. There's no drawing the game and taking it to extra time, because if they score, the only time we can actually draw the game and take it to extra time would be if it ends 0-0. But if they score, we have to win the game, because even if they score 1 goal, if we then draw the game up, away goals count and they'll just knock us out anyway. So it means we do have to win the game unless it ends 0-0. So to go through, this is going to be an interesting test when they obviously come to our ground. I'm looking forward to it, though. I do firmly believe we have a strong chance against the giants that is Real Madrid. But in the same episode as we took on Real Madrid, we then had a game against FC Barcelona. And guys, I have to tell you right now, I have met my toughest challenge in terms of a defender to face. Gerard Piqué was an absolute nightmare to play against, and I actually couldn't really get anything in the game for myself. I was in his back pocket for the majority of this game. You'll see it coming up in a second. And I guess it's a bit more realistic. I actually thoroughly enjoyed playing the game because it just showed you how good the realism can be. Because Gerard Piqué has been around a lot. He's a World Cup winner. He's a Euros winner with Spain. He's a Champions League winner with Barcelona. He has a lot of experience. And for me, only playing in my second year of professional football, you can tell the quality that he had, because he did keep me in his back pocket for the majority of the game, and he basically just nullified my threat that I in fact had. But I just felt as though, Umtiti was probably the other side of that. You can see PK here down this left-hand side of that. He managed to cut inside of the actual Barcelona defender 49 minutes into the game. First half was literally nothing. He actually just basically shut me out. But I was hoping that I'd sort of run the channels and, foot race, I'd be able to beat him. I get my first chance of the game here, spinning on the edge of the area. I find my way away from PK, and in the end, actually created a chance from it. But unfortunately, he couldn't hit the target. Umtiti, not quite on the same wavelength as his PK teammate there, and he actually doesn't close me down. I managed to get the strike away, but unfortunately sent my effort wide of the post. But pretty much straight after that, I got myself another chance in the game as the ball was played out by ter Stegen into the path of Andre Gomez. In the end, it found its way through too. Verratti picks it up in the centre midfield position as Verratti looks to try and play a pass, but he's shut out phenomenally by my teammate, I have to say. And eventually, Barcelona would, in fact, give us the ball back. A lovely tackle from my teammate. He sends me through eventually after I did have to come back onside. Get the ball through here, but I sent my shot straight at the goalkeeper. And that was only because PK was coming right at me. And I thought to myself, if I don't get this strike away, PK is going to end up blocking it. And I couldn't quite manage to get enough power or accuracy on the strike to send it either side of the goalkeeper. However, 85 minutes in, I was not even needed to find the breakthrough in this one. As you can see here, the Valencia man actually, it came from me, but in the end, it actually falls to one of my teammates who actually strokes that ball into the bottom corner. Lovely finish from my teammate late on in this one. I wasn't really involved too much heavily in the build-up. I was involved earlier on in it, but nothing really threatening, as I only did play the pass out wide. And in the end, we've managed to get our breakthrough here in the 87th minute. So playing at home here against Barcelona to find the opening goal of the game. In terms of this one, though, I did feel as though Barcelona didn't really have too much going forward, and we did an extremely good job at nullifying the front three in Alcacer, Neymar, and Messi. When you're playing against players like that, it's just so difficult as a defender or as defence to stop them. But my team did a good job today on the day as well. I, however, didn't play very well in this game. Like I said, PK kept me in his back pocket for the majority of the game, but it doesn't matter. Sometimes, you have to sit back and you have to say, yeah, I haven't played well, but as long as the team gets the victory, that's all that matters. And it looked that way that we were, in fact, going to pick up 3 points from this game against Barcelona here, which I was very, very happy with. And we did, in fact, pick up 3 points from this game. So again, although I didn't play well personally and my own performance, didn't happen for me on the day, the fact that we've managed to come away with 3 points there, I'm absolutely over the moon with. And PK, I have to say, didn't deserve to lose that one because he played an absolutely wonderful defensive game there for himself and his team. Kept me at bay for the majority of it. And not only that as well, he was a rock at the back. But, you have to say, when you've got players in the side that can actually pop up with a goal as well, it's not even me, I actually thoroughly enjoy it as well. Just like Jake Livermore did at Hull. We've got a Valencia team here who, in my opinion, we have a very, very good team. And I actually thoroughly enjoyed playing with them. So hoping we'll be able to score some more goals and we'll get a good enough performance in. So in that way, we'll be on the plane come the World Cup time when it, in fact, does roll around. So I just have to try and score as many goals as possible here at Valencia. And I'm hoping that will be good enough to get ourselves into the World Cup squad. And we will have our first taste of international cup competition. So hopefully that'll happen for us at the end of the season. I'll be able to give you guys that as well when we are, in fact, in an England shirt. Hopefully, I don't want us to not miss out, or I don't want us to miss out and then someone get in there that I personally don't feel deserves to be in there. Like, I want to score goals, but I'll tell you guys right now, if we're not scoring goals, I'll say right now we don't deserve to be there. But if we keep it the way we are here, we played 3 games in a Valencia shirt and we scored twice. That's just a goal every 1.5 games. So that's not bad at all. So if we can keep up that sort of goal scoring form to the end of the season, I don't see a reason why we won't be on the plane to the World Cup come the end of the season. But we are coming towards this end of this episode of the My Player Career Mode. If you have enjoyed, smash the like button. As always, I have been Danny and I'm out. Adios.